Flosstube, it's Kerry and Stitches. It's Friday the 1st of July. We're halfway through the year. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're a new viewer, it's lovely to have you here, and welcome back if you're a returning viewer. We've got whips, we've got some finishes, we've got a little bit of haul from the Creative Craft Show at the NEC. We've got a planned new start. We've got it all, but we haven't because we haven't got finishes FFOs. But you know what I mean. I've been busy recording a tutorial this week to make a lovely little finish. So that's all going to be edited and put together, along with some other plans I've got for future videos. So what's been happening? I see Lot and I went to the Creative Craft Show on Sunday because of the train strike, but we had a really nice time. It was a small show, only took us about an hour and 3/4 to go around completely and then go back and buy what we wanted to from stalls that we were like, So yeah, so we had a good time. Except for we missed the train by 3 minutes, and then which had a knock-on effect, so it took us like 2.5 hours to get home. But it was, you know, these things happen. We're only about an hour away from the NEC, so what else? We've got the City Carnival tomorrow, lots on a float, so that'll be fun to go and watch. It's going to be a long day for her. She's got to be at school for 9 o'clock, and we don't pick her up from the showground until 6, so it's going to be a long day, but I'm sure she's going to have lots of fun. What else has been happening? I've been enjoying Wimbledon. I've been yelling a lot at the television, much to the annoyance of my family. And there's always been a Brit match on at tea time, so I'm having TV on while we're having our tea, and much to the annoyance of all my family. What else? Longest day sale. Don't forget to check out the little slideshow video. It shows you what I did for everything, and it's kind of like a mini whip parade, so check that out. That was fun to do but exhausting, and 25 whips is a lot, but I know that I still love every single one of them, even if I have just discovered a massive mistake on monkey wrench. The whole of the one motif that I was stitching during longest day is in the wrong colour, and ordinarily if it was, you know, it wouldn't necessarily matter, but the pattern's symmetrical, so it will show because the pattern that reflects it isn't in the same colour. So hey ho, lots of frogging. It's on 40 wannabe 46 count, so it's going to be fun, but we take it in our stride and off we go. What else has been happening? Eldest has got tonsillitis. That's no fun. But there we go. That's where we're at. We'll go with that. That'll do. So let's just jump straight into whips. Let's make it a short video today. Okie dokie. So I'd stitched a bit more on Dancer. Couldn't think what it was called then. So this is Barbara Anna's Dancer from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I'm stitching it in the full 4 DMC, except for these vines at the bottom, which are going to be done in a couple of Sparklies threads. One is called, the green is Mirkwood and the red is Berry Festive. So I think that's going to look pretty awesome, because it's got the orangey undertone, so it works really well with the houses. So that's for that. So, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Balsalt linen by Zweigart. And that's where we're at. No longer looks like Yoda, it's more kind of like a cow skull now. Like a, yeah. That cow. Can't think what, like a buffalo. There you go, that kind of thing. Something with horns. So there we go. It's coming on. I'm enjoying stitching on it still. And I've definitely earmarked that as one of my focuses for a finish this year. Something that I'm focusing on to finish for this month is my Sledding Gnome. I don't know where my camera is. Sledding Gnome by Mill Hill. And this is on the kit fabric, which is actually a 28 count Star Sapphire by Wichelt, and there we go. Oh, hang on, hands, they're not working. There we go. So since last, I've actually got both trees in now, a bit of the bluey colour there, a bit of the blue here. And basically stitching wise, all that's left is 10 rows of white and blue at the bottom, a moon, and then it's beads and Smyrnas. So he's lovely. And the eyes, I need to put the eyes in. But really pleased that it's, you know, I think I worked out, on it's almost done, I think I worked out to be about 1500 stitches left. So, and probably about 400 or 500 beads. So I think that's doable. Stitch 300 stitches a week, job's a good one. Temperature library. I'm not sure I've actually stitched on any more. Oh, maybe I haven't. Well, you get to see this again. So I had stitched on it prior to the longest day. So there we go. That's where we're up to June 21st on that. Still need to go back and put in all my doodads for the other weeks. So that's the Jardin Prive, and that's on 18 count PTP. Pewter PTP. Okay, Huck Farm. I know I've stitched more of this one. This is by the Blue Flower. There we go. You know, it's all its beauty. So Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. It was the market darling, if you remember, a couple of years ago. And I'm, you know, into page 2. Now, since you last saw it from the slideshow, I've stitched the bit that kind of looks like a clover. So there we go. Pleased with progress. It's a slow one. It's a 6 page. I'm on page 2 of 6, so it's coming along. You know, each stitch is progress. And my last thing that I think's a whip. I think I've stitched other things, but I've not been posting to Instagram. My note taking is pretty much non-existent at the moment, so you know, we're just rolling with it. I stitched a bit more on Autumn Town, but I literally stitched like another row of cloud. Like, you're not going to notice, doesn't matter. There we go. That's a Cardinal Points by Long Dog. Using all the Call for Gentle Arts. Perhaps this is... It's okay, I'm just thinking it. Oh, see, I didn't think so. No, okay. Ignore me, I'm just kitting up something in my head. And there we go. So since you last saw it, I've been working on page 3. She says trying to get it up the right way. So we got another 2 of the flowery leafy things and a couple more of the actual leaves and border. So yay, and I've now decided I am going to finish this year. That's where I'm at. I'm just over halfway, because that page is complete. Page 2, which is up to here, is complete. I haven't done my writing in the bottom box, I haven't charted that yet, but that page 4 is complete other than that. So, and obviously I'm making head, and most of page 4 is border on the side, so you know, it's essentially page 4 is a mirror of that bit there, I think, something like that. So, well, not quite a mirror because the colours are a bit different, but yeah. So it's only 2 motifs. I think it's only 2 motifs and the start of the gentle that row of writing. Can't open the project bag. So that's all my whips. Got a couple of finishes. It's always exciting. I have been doing a lot of secret stitching. So secret stitching. You'll see that in about 3-4 weeks time. 1st, 15th, you might see it next time. I might be able to show you next time. So the strawberries, so there we got 2 there. I think you saw those 2. I'm not sure if I'd finished that one or not. And then I stitched the other final 2. Oh, hang on, that one is up that way. I love that one. And then that one's up that way, so to shoehorn it all on the thing. As you can see, I ran some ran stitches round. Actually, you can see it on the back. That's what I did. I drew them out. It'll be fine. They're all fitting just about. Yeah. So there we go. That's all my strawberries done now from my Mania starts. That's actually 2 extra ones I planned. So, and they're all from In Friendship's Way by Blackbird Designs. So I'm actually only now have a couple of things left to do. So this week I worked on, I started from my longest day, I started these 2 and I decided I was just going to knock out this one here, and that's what I did. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a that's the template Blackbird. Oh, you can see there's the template for it. That's my scrap of fabric I take. So it's about half of the size of piece of fabric I would have needed, but then that's me. So I decided, because these all go in my little smalls cabinet, I wanted to have as many different finishes as possible. So I've got strawberries, I've got a drum, I've got a cushion, I've got the reel. I'm going to do the little house is going to be a teeny tiny cube finish, which I think is going to be mega cute. I'm going to do a couple of covered buttons with some of the other, or little tiny mini hoops with a couple of the other finishes. So I had a whole list of different finishes. So I decided that this one would make a really good biscornu. So there we go. So I opted, it should all be black, as you can see, but I opted to do the same pink, which is cherry tomato, classic colour, which is cherry tomato, in for the Smyrnas, and then just ran a border around to square it off and just pop something in the corners, and then just did the 4 Smyrnas on the bottom. So there we go. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. I just need to pop that together. Shouldn't take too long, it's tiny. It's 27 by 27. So out of all the things I started for Blackbird from Mania, that leaves me with, I can't even see what I'm doing, this one here, cornucopia, and I've stitched half of the cornucopia bit, and ooh, that's pretty. I really need to start that. Look, I want to keep that up. That's on my radar for a finish soon. I also want to do that one too. I'm so drawn to sort of monochrome or very like minimal colour things. So that's what and that's the other one there, the tape measure, which I'm not going to cover a tape measure, but I'm going to do it as a mattress finish. So that'll be another finish, different style of finish for my cabinet. So that's all those. So I'm really pleased with how everything's going from my Mania things, and my aim is to finish them this month. So yeah, because so on the slideshow, that's where I am with the mattress one. And so it's on a scrap of Star Sapphire by Wichelt, just about fits. And there's the start of the cornucopia, so with the house. So that'll be a little cube finish, plenty of, and I can't remember what I'm going to do. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with that one. Yeah, it's on my spreadsheet. I've written it down. So there we go. So let's put that down there, and we've got. So, and then we have secret stitching. Well, travel secret stitching as well. So it's my lovely friend Sharon's birthday in a couple of weeks' time. So we are going to start Violet's Blue by Blackbird Designs. I was looking at it today and I've decided I'm not going to do the over one, which says, "As the violets blue, my heart is true, dear sweetheart, I love but you." I'm going to miss that off because I can. So I'm umming and ahhing over fabric at the moment. I love stitching over one. I've gathered, yeah, I love stitching over one. I've only actually got 2 of the threads at the moment. I need to get the rest of them. I've got apple cider and galvanised, and I'm fairly sure I've got antique rose somewhere. Could be, if anywhere, it's probably in here. No, it's Rose Garden. Darn it. It is pretty then. Anyway, it's me thinking I had that. Never mind, I don't. Because I can't think of anywhere else it could be other than on that. Anyway, so I just need to finish ordering the threads for it. So that's what I've got. My fabric choices. We've got 32 count, which I think is a really good match. That's a Sparklies Parchment. But we've also got, and this will depend on threads, but this is a 35 count, so I can go over one. It's slightly spring. And I'm really torn to the green. So I just think with the purple it'll look it'll look really nice. So yeah, that's at the back of my mind. But look, there's two purple on it. So I'm kind of pull both, but I'm leaning towards the spring if the colours work. So yeah, need to get organised to get threads orders for that. So on to my craft show haul. So it was a general craft show. There's a bit of everything. There was paper crafts, beading, general all sorts of bits and bobs, lots of fabric, as in like quilting fabrics and dressmaking fabrics rather than cross stitch fabrics. I only saw a tiny bit on siesta frame stands, and it was basically 14 count fabric flare, yeah, fat quarters. So there was nothing, might not even been fat quarters. There was nothing that kind of jumped out at me to make me think, yeah, that's what I want. So I didn't buy any fabric. They had a couple of bits of 16 count and 11 count, but anyway. So I've got some beads. I do love these were all in, and there's another actually, and those were on a string as well. So lots of lovely beads, because I'm a sucker for beads. And black beads, because always handy. Let's have, ooh, knocking things over. I picked up some multicoloured rickrack because I saw it and went, I need that in my life. So I've no I planned for it, but I wanted it, and so I bought it. So everybody needs rainbow rickrack. I brought a new pair of scissors because I don't have enough scissors, apparently. These metallic green ones, these are fun. Oh no, I'll have to make another scissor fob. So yeah, scissors. One of my favourite stalls was the TP Crafts stall. And I've tried to link their website below, but it's one of those really badly done websites that kind of comes up as like unsafe and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so it's TP Crafts, and they do a lot of kind of I want to say doll's house miniatures, but they're not. But they kind of make that, like, you know, the wooden base with like the lady sitting on. I can't explain it. Kind of like scissor holders and things like that, and bobbin holders, but they're like kind of fancy. But they do all the components. So I picked some little tiny wooden bobbins, which I thought would be good for like crafts. I mean, they were like 60p, so and some wooden spools that have actually got Silco labels. I think they're fake ones, but they look cool because I obviously need bobbins. Some a large scissor charm. I bought it for specifically, but it's too big. They had some fat quarters, and these are kind of the more heavyweight linen type ones. So I've got that one, trees, and this green polka dot. I was like, oh, need that in my life. And of course, we all need a gingham. So there we go. So I'm really pleased with those. And they were like $1.25 each. They were super cheap, so it was silly not to get them. And my favourite find from them, wooden spools. Now obviously these are brand new ones, these aren't the antiqued ones, but you could easily paint these and distress them. And yeah, So I'm really happy with these. So that one, if I can reach a ruler, that's about 6 inches in, well, maybe not quite. I can't see, oh, beadboard. So it's 7 and 5 inches. So I'm guessing that bit's probably 4. No, 3. I don't know, 3 inches maybe. And then they're slightly smaller. So, yay, spools. Couldn't resist those. They're great, and they're absolutely solid ones. And I also, there's a little bit of cross stitch there, mostly kits. So like Black Sheep Balls had lots of kits, like Bothy and John Clayton and things like that. So mostly kits. And there was one lady, I've seen her on Instagram and things like that before. So, and I think I'm sure she brought out a Jubilee design I saw somebody stitching too, which is So Sophie Crafts. And she had some really cute little cross stitch kits, and I didn't get anything, but she did have this fun getting organised pad. I love a bit of planning, couldn't resist that, so I think that's really cool. And she also had this needle minder, because it tickled me, place needle here. I'm easily pleased me, so yeah, I thought that was just a bit of fun. So I got those two from her and signed up to a newsletter and stuff. And I also bought a little strawberry with the intention that, not from her, from a different store. And I thought, do you know what, that'll be really good as a base. And I thought I could just embellish that another button to the top and just kind of just make it just a bit more funky. And I could add it to Audrey Strawberry up there. So that's my craft show haul. A lot got beads and a wire wreath form because she's got ideas, and I forget what else she bought. Beads, a lot of beads stuff. A bracelet, yeah. So last time I had this box full of charts and kits and cover kits and charts and things, and yeah. So I said to you to tell me what your favourite stitch of this year's been, finish, start, otherwise. And 4 of you entered, and oh, if I can get the post in. I did a random doofenmonger, random generator, and there we go, Dawn, Frostier Stitch, you won. So that's good. I'll bung that in the post to you this week, Dawn. Well, next week, Monday. I have another box which is full of, this is more chart books in here. There's a couple of, yeah, so we've got a couple of charts. There's a Snoopy one, it's half a bird chart, but the bird is tiny, so it's not, so it's fine. Christmas book, DMC one, which has got a couple of little charts in it. That's a cute little chart actually. Little garland. There isn't a chart for that one, but they're not, you know, they're easy. Cookie biscuits. And I can't get it all in, but there we go. So they're all in there. And just use the keyword box, BOX, and I will pick a winner next time. I'm just going to write on here, box, so I know what the keyword is. Oh, charity shop. I found, well, hubby actually found it. This little recipe stand. So the plan is stitch peas, flowery doodads across the bottom. It's got a little wooden stand. So I really quite like this. That's a good find. So there we go. So that's pretty much everything that I've got to share with you this week. So lots of tennis to watch. It's Stitch F1 this weekend at British Grand Prix. So I will pop the graphic in here if you're joining me. So Anita and Jenny and probably Sharon, she joins in. Doesn't like Formula 1 much, but she joins in. whoever else is joining in. Names Abby and Audrey. Yes, lots of people. So if you're joining me for Stitch F1, I should be posting the graphic in shortly. I just probably ought to make it. So take care, friends. I'm going to leave that here. It's short but sweet this week. So take care, friends. Don't forget to check out the longest day video if you haven't watched it. It's only 6 minutes long. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.